The African development should be in the hands of Africa. It should not be conditional upon people who are not Africans. Now, if you want to ensure that it secures that independence, the money you give to it will actually send that message. And of course, there must be no blank check that is given to the African Bank. They must pass AG's imperatives, the corporate governance imperatives, principles of efficiency, transparency and accountability. Because if there's one bank that must not lose the trust of Africa, is this bank, because of the mandate they have. I had a meeting with the vice president, one of the vice presidents. What I said to them is that you guys have done a lot of work, but your bank is not known in the continent by ordinary people, by broad commercial sector. But had you been known with the work you have done, this GCI issue in Busan would be a very, very easy one. SADC countries, their concern has been not much is allocated to SADC in terms of lending. But SADC, interestingly, with a positive view, accepted that we still also have a duty to improve our technique in identifying projects that are bankable. But we also put the challenge to the bank to say, listen, the skills are resident in your institution. The bank must not just reactively lend. It must also, if it intends to lend in Zambia, it must ask this question. What is important when you lend to Zambia is a developmental objective that you want to realize. Now the bank then must be proactively say, how do we help Zambians to apply fruitfully for this loan so that that strategic objective of infrastructure, which is key for Africa, is realized. The bank must be proactively developmental. The bank must guard jealously about the success of the projects of each country by making sure that if you are sending 1 billion to Zambia, you are convinced that the infrastructure, both human and physical, exists for that money to be used fruitfully. The bank already is working on being closer to the clients. My biggest prayer about Busan is that a decision on GCI must have been taken. That's my biggest prayer. Because there is no continent where the word acceleration is relevant than in Africa. Africa is behind in many things. So how we intervene for developmental purpose, it can't be as if we're in Germany or in England. Countries have moved in technology. Continents have moved in technology, in infrastructure, world infrastructure. For Africa to compete, our speed cannot be similar to those of Americans. We must move at a faster speed. Of course, moved at a faster speed with proper skills, with proper leadership, which seems to be at the disposal of the FTP at the moment. Korea has been very adaptive to global development. Korea, be it on the technology and other things, Korea adapted very effectively. And the key thing in Korea, again, they socialize the entire nation on appreciating the developmental trends in the world and why Korea should pace. So in other words, for Africa to be at that level, it's not only the bank and its staff who must understand these challenges. What touched me was the connection between their passion, the work they have done so far in Africa, and the commitments going forward. I found a lot of resonation and consistency between those. Now, when people are doing what they are doing with that track record, and also committed to governance principles, and also are rated as we speak AAA by the rating institutions. If you look at the potential of this bank and what it has done so far, and it's something that all of us in Africa, from all walks of life, we might find it useful to support.